Welcome to another episode of the Mad Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Begley, Donnie, and Wayne.
What is up, Mad Mob? Bang! Caught them both chewing. Caught them both chewing on the jump. What's up, boys? Yeah. Busted.
I feel like majority of my life I'm caught chewing something. So, this is just another Thursday for old dad.
Yeah, but I got you and Gone.
I brought the snacks today.
Double whammy. Is Lady Luck on my side again?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, definitely.
Right there with
You're
you.
Gonna win
Riding
everything.
shotgun with you.
Nah, GG's, boy. Y'all got this. GG's.
You can't do that. You already lost.
Nah, GG's. It's your flipping if and when yet. Right back on you. You can't argue because you're chewing.
He's going to swallow too big of a bite right now. And kind
You're
of
right. You're right, man. No, I'm not going to shoot crumbs all over the place. Just
This is going to have to be a YouTube video for all our listeners because all we get is nods and head shakes because y'all got mouths full of food. What's the snack? What's the snacks today, Gon?
just have some regular potato chips. That one's nothing fancy. And then I like to make Ritz crackers and little sandwiches with peanut butter in the middle. So I made a bunch of them.
Beggs, what's on your snack menu?
One of those like uvula binding type snacks where you can't talk for 20 minutes after you eat a.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just sitting there nodding.
Yeah, dude. I got some Arby's curly fries that come frozen with some dino nuggets.
Delicious.
That's a fire meal.
I have some of the Rally's fries as well for the air fryer.
Yes, and I am 32. In case anybody's wondering.
Dang.
Never too old for dino nuggets and Rally fries or Arby's fries. Any kind of seasoned fry like that is delicious.
You're 32? You're not 32.
32, bro.
Are you saying he's older or younger?
You're 32 for real?
32, buddy.
You turned 33 in September, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know. So we're the same age for... You're not even a year older than me.
I'm the same age as your brother.
No, because I turned...
Yeah. In September, he and I will both be the same.
I turned 32 in August. So we'll be the same age for a month.
So you're only a year away from Rob?
No. Brandon's 33.
Your math?
Brandon's 33.
Yeah, I'll be 33 in September.
Brandon will be 34 in December.
Yeah, he's like 8 months older than I am.
Good times.
I feel like I'm way older than Wayne, but he's not there yet.
He's bewildered right now. He can't believe that.
No, I'm 31 right now, right?
Yeah, you're more. You're way younger, bro. You're 2 years younger.
I'm 31 right now. I turned 32 in August.
Were you born in 90?
Dude, is my math wrong?
If you were born in 91, yeah, it sure is.
It's 2022. I'm 31.
Were you born in 91?
When's your birthday?
Yes.
You'll be 31 in August. Or whenever.
August is past, my boy. I am 31.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
and then next year in August I'll be 32, and you will be 32 in August as well.
No, I'm 2 years older than you. I will be 33 this year.
I thought your birthday's already passed.
Dude, I'm 33. I was born in 89. I'm 33 right now.
You just said you were 32, fool.
I'm 33, man. Let's move on.
So you're the idiot. You're the dummy. What an absolute moron. Sitting here putting me in a mind blender because he doesn't know how old he is. What an idiot.
Man, I'm that age. I'm kids, man.
Oh, my gosh. He putting me in a mind pretzel because you don't know your own age. Get out of here. I'm starting to think, man, how stupid am I? I'm like counting on my fingers. It's because this idiot doesn't know his own age.
I had no clue. 33, man.
Unbelievable. I knew you were wrong, too. I knew we weren't the same age for any stretch of time.
You furrowed your brows immediately.
Yeah, I was so confused. All right. This episode, are we doing the same thing where we go over the games and then take some questions regarding those games? Not a lot of games that we only got 4 games.
Hey, I need to ask Goni a question before we get into that. Goni, do you know what the word druthers means?
In what context?
If I had my druthers, blank.
Your choice?
Thank you, Gon.
Okay.
It's a common word. Some of us on the podcast furrow their brow at the English language. Atta girl. It was a good time, babe.
Fair enough.
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Wayne.
Go ahead, Wayne.
If I had my druthers, I would like Wayne to continue the show.
Did you say that word around me and I missed it or something?
Are you serious? You grilled me on it, and I had to Google it to tell you what it meant. Are you serious?
You're misremembering.
No.
Yeah,
That
dude,
was like
your memory has been called into question in this court. So I'm backing out. We've never had that argument. It was with somebody else. You don't remember. You don't remember your own age, and you're trying to convince me that we had an argument about this word sometime in the past that you're bringing up now.
We did.
For what it's
It was over
worth, though, I have to take Beg's side. You have a pretty terrible memory as well.
Facts. Big facts.
Your memory's awful.
What are you talking about?
Your memory's
If
terrible.
If he can't screen record it, he can't remember it going.
Yeah, no, dude.
Facts.
Wow,
Absolutely not.
you're gonna put I'm training for a new job, and that's what I do. That's what I do to remember, something to refer back to, something as in depth as what we do, and you're gonna call me out on it like that?
It's
Me?
lucky that you do.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, because you definitely called me out for what's druthers mean? What is that word?
Nah, that never happened. That never happened between you and I.
It absolutely happened over Xbox.
Jalen Hurts touchdown. Let's go.
Never happened.
I'll put
Anyways,
it on it that it happened.
are you good? I sincerely hope you find whoever you had that argument with, and I expect an apology in full.
Stupid. You won't get one because it was you.
No, in full,
Yeah.
fully, not a halfway. In full. 4 games. We'll start with the Seahawks, Cardinals. Cards -2. Line is at 49.5.
Seahawks and over. Why are they not favorites here?
I don't know.
I don't quite
Cardinals probably
understand.
at home, right?
Yeah, but that would essentially imply it's a pick 'em. I think Seattle's the much better team personally. I really like Rondell Moore. He's finding his way into my lineup everywhere. I've got him this week.
Benjamin, if he's active, do you play him?
Yeah.
Well, if Connor's out.
Yeah, Connor's out. I think you are.
I agree.
Does he possibly take Connor's job? Because even when Connor was playing, he was trash cans.
Nah, split at most. I don't think he'll take the job.
I think he should, man. It's sad that, it's a business, but, name and amount of money made determine playing time a lot of times instead of just a better player. It's frustrating from a fan standpoint because Eno's obviously better than James Conner at this point.
I could see Eno being the between the 20s guy and Connor being the goal line back, red zone back, all that stuff.
That's fair.
Be okay with that. I'm with you. Give me the Seahawks on this one, and I'll take the under. I feel like a line at almost 50 is kind of high for this one.
Taking Cards and over.
Funky Cheese wants to know. He's in a 10-team PPR. He's 4-4. He was planning on going full rebuild, but now he's not sure. He's trading away Stephon Diggs to get Eno Benjamin, Javonte Williams, and a 24 first.
That's definitely hitting the rebuild button right there.
Indeed.
Yeah, if you're not sure if you should rebuild, you should probably rebuild.
Yeah. With that being said, though, I would like to have I want to do it. I probably will do it, but I'd like to get a different piece than Eno Benjamin.
What's equivalent to Benjamin that you want long term?
Well, I don't even think it needs to be an equivalent. I think it needs to be a little bit better than Benjamin. Honestly, if you're pushing the first round pick to 2024 instead of 2023, I think you need to offer a little bit more in terms of value within the trade.
Okay, can you give me an example so I can let our good friend Funky Cheese know?
I'd like a Romeo Dobbs or maybe a Gabe Davis. It might be even a little lesser, though, to be honest with you. But something like that. Someone who I know can get some playing time going forward. I don't know about, Benjamin's future. That's the only reason why I wouldn't want him. If I knew, Benjamin was going to start for the rest of the season and he had the job, then yeah, I'd take it.
Fair. I completely agree. I'm leaning towards taking it, but yeah, I'd like to upgrade it at if you can. Go ahead, Wayne.
Next game, the worst game of the week. We got the Rams at the Bucks. Bucks -3. Line set at 42.5. Give me the Rams +3. Give me the under. We suck, boys. We're bad. Bad at football. We've fallen back into the old Buccaneers way. It's back to just being – it sucks, man. We got 2 years. Got 2 years to watch good football, man, after 18 years of suck. And I got 2 years, and now I'm back to watching suck.
You got a championship out of it. Is it not worth it?
100% worth it. 100% worth it. I could be a Cowboys fan.
Could be a Cowboys fan.
It's just it's a hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean? Like 18 years I've watched suck, and I got 2 years of trash talking my buddies and enjoying my team on Sundays, and it's a hard pill to swallow knowing that those days are over.
You're a fan of the most losingest franchise in the NFL, and you say you'd rather being a Cowboys fan would be a punishment?
Yeah. Yeah, because y'all haven't won a Super Bowl in coming up on 30 years.
Because you them boys. That's why.
Yeah, hey. because the losingest franchise in the NFL have won 2 Super Bowls since your last one. So yeah, I mean, I'll be a fan of my team. Yeah.
Don't sleep on us this year.
Rams under.
Rams under. Going
Rams under.
Heartbroken.
Allen
Robinson looked kind of decent last week. Are you playing him?
Man, I had to play him last week, and I hated it.
Injury guy. Last week, the Buccaneers were without both of our starting corners and Antoine Winfield. Our secondary was decimated. Do you know the situation of our DBs in this game? Because that's a big part of it. I mean, I don't. That's a reason we got beat like we did. I don't think that's the reason, because they have been healthy most of the year. So I'm not saying that's why the Bucs are bad this year. We're bad this year because our offense is not good. That being said, missing 3 of our best DBs, it's hard to stop a nosebleed. So I definitely want the under if we get those guys back. Murphy Bunting, Carlton Davis, and Antoine Winfield.
Yeah. While he looks that up, Wayne, I'm going to throw a few trade questions your way. Wet H. Silk Oz is 12 team, half PPR, 2 quarterback. He's rebuilding. Give CMC for Godwin a mid-23 first, mid-23 second, and a 24 second. Godwin,
no, I think CMC is worth more.
Okay. The other trade he's got on the table for CMC is Judy, Jacobs, Ramondre, and Gesicki.
I'd take out Judy and Gesicki and see if he'll throw in his first, and I would do that.
Josh Jacobs a first and Ramondre for CMC?
Yeah.
You like that better than Godwin in the picks?
Yes.
Okay.
Carlton Davis, Murphy Bunting, and Antoine Winfield. Winfield was a limited participant on Thursday. He didn't practice on Wednesday. And then the other two were full participants both days. So they're more than likely going to play.
All right. Give me the Rams in the under.
Go. Minshew Mania. Minshew Mania boat. I'm sorry. He wants to give his late 23-1 for Mike Evans. He's clawing to get a playoff spot this year.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. That's I know you're clawing to get in. That's more of a move to me to you're in and you're trying to get a piece to put you over the top. So if you had more confidence in your team and you wanted to go out and try and win a championship and this would help you do that, I'd be all for it. But if you're clawing to get into the playoffs, you could miss playoffs anyways, and then you just gave up your, say, number 6 pick overall if you just missed the playoffs. So not worth it to me for the position you're in, buddy.
All right. We're good, Wayne.
All right. Next game, Sunday night. Titans-Chiefs. Chiefs minus 12.5. 12.5. Line is at 45.
Titans under. I think Derrick Henry gets 30 carries. He's probably going to get 100 yards. He's probably going to get 2 touchdowns. He's hot right now. Man, I think about this game. I don't know there's any receiving option that I really feel comfortable with in this game outside of Travis Kelce. Are you guys playing any receiver in this game? Maybe Juju? And you feel good about it?
Juju. I've backed him all year. I'm going to continue backing him. He's the one that I would want to play if I had my choice of the 3.
I'm with you though. I think he's going to dot a lot of receivers this time.
Ryan Tannehill, by the way, was a DNP for Thursday. So we could get the Malik Willis show again.
Yeah, if Malik Willis is playing, I'd take the Chiefs minus 12.5. If Ryan Tannehill's playing, I want the Titans plus 12.5. I think either way, I want the over.
I'm going Chiefs over.
That's fair. Fabulous Row, 397, 10-team, half PPR, 1 quarterback. He's contending. He's thinking about giving up Kelce for Hurts and Goddard.
Ooh.
What do you boys think?
I'd probably do that.
He's got Tua and Dak at quarterback already.
I wouldn't do that.
Wayne?
Nah.
I've seen this one actually come through a couple times. If we've hit on it last show, I can't remember. Remind me, but Juju Smith-Schuster or Rashad Bateman in a dynasty?
Juju, because
go ahead.
Bateman's out for the year. It just came out today, I believe. He's done for the season. I don't know if that matters to you, but is that what we're talking about as far as rest of season or for like the long road?
He said dynasty, my boy.
Oh, probably still Juju.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm on the Bateman side there. I think the kid's talented. It's just a bad situation. Give me the talent.
I'm going Bateman because the Chiefs are still going out and getting receivers. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think they like their mediocre option route that they're doing. It's working, so I think that's what they're going to try and continue to do is just get an absolute stable of mid-tier receivers and just dotting them all.
Yep. What? This isn't from the inbox, but just out of curiosity, are you guys trying to buy Pacheco, and if so, for what price?
A third, probably. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to give up a second. Like me personally.
That's where I'm at. I'm at probably a second for him.
Second. I mean, that's fair value. If somebody wants more than a second, they're just They're blowing smoke. The last one, Dynasty Nuke 10 team PPR. It's in a super flex. He's giving up Jamar Chase, Mark Andrews or Kelsey, and Jamison Williams for Justin Jefferson, D-Hop, and a 23-1, a late 23-1.
He has Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce?
Correct. He's given up one of them, Jamar Chase and Jamison Williams, for Justin Jefferson, D-Hop, and a late 23-1. I think I'm holding here, personally.
Yeah. I mean, that's a rough one. I would want to come off of one of those guys, though. What's the value in having both?
You can play them both every week.
What was the third player? Jamar Chase, Mark Andrews, or Travis Kelce, and who?
Jamison Williams.
I think I'm holding. I'm probably
holding.
going to hold. And then I'd probably try and get maybe snag like that first and another piece for one of my tight ends. Because you don't need both of them unless you're throwing them in the flex, which you are if you have both of them.
Are, yeah. I would try and trade Kelsey and something else to try and bring Jetta in.
Okay. Yeah, I mean in a 10 team. Goni, Dewerney 21. He's in an 8-team league, 2 quarterback, full PPR. There's 2 trades on the table. They're for Saquon and Mahomes. The first trade, Kyler Murray, George Pickens, Adam Thielen, and a 23 second. The second trade is Jalen Hurts and Jonathan Taylor.
Send the first package. Send the first package for sure.
You'd rather have Kyler Murray, Pickens, Thielen in the second?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought that's who he was sending.
He's sending Saquon and Mahomes.
I hold.
Oh, no. Yeah, Jalen Hurts and Jonathan Taylor. Easy.
Really?
You like those 2 over Saquon and Mahomes?
I hold.
I'd rather have Saquon and Mahomes myself.
Yeah, no, I thought he needed to know on these. I'd rather hold. That's my first thing. All right, so I agree with you boys on that. If you absolutely need to have them, the second package is way better than the first.
Way better.
But what you have is better than both packages, in my opinion.
Right.
Definitely. Hold the door. All right, Wayne.
All right, last game of the week, Monday Night Football. Ravens Saints. Ravens minus 2.5, over under at 48.
What a tough game, man. I'm going to take the points because I don't really know. I'm going to take the under as well. Actually, no, I'm going to take the over. The Saints are playing well. Did you guys see Michael Thomas officially on IR as of today?
Toe surgery.
Michael?
Congratulations on your doink bet, Beggs.
Thank you, sir. Is Marquez Callaway a play rest of the season?
No.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Probably not.
So it's Olave, Kamara, Taysom Hill, and that's it for the Saints.
Yeah, and then Rashid Shaheed on the deep ball every once in a while for a 50-yard bombski.
Wayne, how do you feel about Duvernay rest of the season with Bateman out?
I'm starting to like him. I'm starting to lean more towards playing him. There's these guys that just, I have a few guys where I just need to see it once or twice, and then there's some guys that I need to see it 3 or 4 times. And Duvernay, we've been seeing it, so I'm starting to lean more towards comfortably throwing him in the flex.
He's freaky athletic. He's super fast. They use him on all kinds of little gadgets and stuff as well. I had to play him last week against your brother, actually, and he had a 15-yard end-around touchdown. Not invited. No, not invited. No. But yeah, he's the number one guy, and I know the pie is small for passing there, but he gets a bump up. I think he's definitely flex worthy.
Yes, we have an Andy Dalton trade, gentlemen. I don't think I'd ever see one of these. Dr. Tryhard, 123, is a 12-team, 2-quarterback PPR. He's rebuilding. Give Andy Dalton in a second Get Jacoby Brissett and A.J. Dillon.
Yeah,
Really?
I would do it.
Really? Because Jacoby Brissett's nothing.
It's
I mean-
basically Dalton in the second for Dillon, right?
I'd rather have my
Essentially.
second. It's the second that I'm looking at, dude. Because A.J. Dillon, you don't know what he's going to be. He's been trash all year. Jacoby Brissett, you're crossing your fingers that he can plug in for another team next year, just like Andy Dalton, honestly. I'm not saying that that's any different. It's just like I don't want to give up my pick for either of those guys.
You wouldn't trade a second for AJ Dillon?
No, A.J. Dillon's been trash, dude.
I mean, that doesn't mean he's always going to be trash.
But it doesn't mean he's not always going to be trash.
Yeah, but if you apply that same logic, and I was asking you about Jonathan Taylor at the beginning of the year, you'd be like, "Oh man, he's phenomenal." And then I could say he's not always. I mean, he might not always be phenomenal.
That's a bad argument. We
No,
get it. I mean, players can
it's
be
very
good,
valid.
players can be bad. I would rather take my dart throw in the second round than A.J. Dillon.
He's 23-year-old running back. That's where I'm going with it. 24, whatever. That's fine. I mean, he's a young running back. I think that he can definitely get better. Second round is tough, man. Second round is tough.
That's just that's an agree to disagree thing between me and you. I'd rather have my second round throw than A.J. Dillon. The Andy Dalton for Jacoby Brissett thing is a wash because both of them are just fill-ins.
Yeah.
So it is what it is there. Obviously, Jacoby Brissett is on a hard deadline, and you're not getting anything out of him after starting Week 11. Andy Dalton, you might get him the rest of the year. But me and Goni, I guess, Beggs, you're going to have to be the tiebreaker on this one.
I'm shipping my second for A.J. Dillon immediately. I've seen it, Wayne. He's proven it to me before. I know he's turds right now, but if Aaron Jones goes down, he becomes a lock for some monster production. Okay, Pilot 7091. 12 team, 2 quarterback, 3 wide receiver, PPR. He's in first place right now. Should he trade Rashad Bateman, a 23-1 and a 24-1 to go get A.J. Brown? 2 1s and Bateman for A.J. Brown. It's a steep price.
That is a lot to pay.
I do it. If you're in first now, that's gonna put you over the top. A.J. Brown's still young. You can have him for a few years.
Yeah.
We live by a motto here at the Mad Fantasy Football Podcast. Go get your championship.
Go get it.
If you're in first
Absolutely.
as it is, and you're giving up absolutely nothing in your starting lineup to plug A.J. Brown into your starting lineup, then you are looking very good for the championship this year. Go get your ring, my boy.
And it's the 112. You're giving up the 112, my man.
Go get your ring. Money schedule 89-38. Pittman or Olave? Interesting.
I'm going Olave here.
Why?
He looks better. The passing game looks better. The Colts, I understand that the Saints are kind of in quarterback limbo, but the limbo's a little bit better than what's going on in Indianapolis. Plus, the Saints pass more. One of these days, Jonathan Taylor's going to get it going, and they're going to start running again, and the passing pie is going to be very small in Indianapolis. And I just feel like the Saints rely more on the pass.
I mean, they're just not effective. The passing game, they can't move the chains. They can't move the chains there regardless.
Right.
Like, I don't care anything about it. Sam Ellinger is not the answer. If you bring in another quarterback next year, now you have to worry about this rookie guy coming in, learning everything, and then excelling. Olave's done it with, Jameis. He's done it with Dalton. He looks good, man. Throw that man the ball.
Being a devil's advocate here, the Saints could very well have a new quarterback next year as well, though.
They could, but they also have a potential to cut Michael Thomas one of these days and try and save themselves some money. They definitely ain't going to be able to trade him with that contract he's got, but I actually read something today. I read the article about him going out. Since he signed a 5-year, $100 million contract, He's missed 31 games.
That's hard to believe. What's that as a percent, I wonder?
I think he's only played like maybe 5.
Bobby Bonilla vibes.
Bobby Bonilla vibes.
Man, just getting that paycheck.
Jalen Hurts touchdown.
Now that we're through the games, just a couple random quick hitters here. Mercurial wants to know, should he trade his 23 second for Claypool?
Nah. Sorry,
Nah.
he's a Bear now.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Mr. Anagram Man, 12-team half PPR. Brandon Cooks and a 24-2 for Lazard.
Nah.
Nope.
Okay. Last one, Tony Pollard or Jerry Jeudy?
Nah. Hold Tony.
I'm Jerry Jeudy.
Let's hear why.
Just the unknown. The unknown of Tony Pollard, man. After this year, the guy looks phenomenal. Not taking anything away from his talent. It's just the job security and the touches going forward. We don't know if, Russell Wilson is going to get it together. I guess I'm still holding on to the fact that he might. Jerry Jeudy hasn't been terrible.
Wayne, why?
Tony Pollard
Right.
looks amazing when he's at the helm. I think Zeke is slowly getting phased out. And just look at what Tony did last week. Zeke was out. It was Tony's backfield, and he went nuts. I think Zeke slowly gets phased out from here on, and Tony becomes an RB1.
I agree, man. I think Tony's a dude. He's been better than Zeke for at least 2 years now. Last two. Away Signal, 56.94. 12-team half PPR. A 23-1 for Miles Sanders and a 23 second.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
You
dude.
going for Miles?
Yeah.
In a dynasty?
That one's tough for me because Miles Sanders' contract's up after this year, Wayne.
He's not gonna have a job after this year.
Probably not with the Eagles. That doesn't scare you?
Is it going to be better than a 23-1 that you can get next year, running back wise?
You don't know.
Because you're getting a second. You're getting a second as well.
Bro, who was the last running back to go from one team to another and be dominant? I can't think of one.
We're thinking about that for a second. That's a good question.
That's what I'm saying. Like when they change teams, and this goes all the way back to probably the biggest trade I've ever seen in my life back in the day. It was a blockbuster at the time. Never seen one as big. I don't know if we've seen one since. Clinton Portis for Champ Bailey. Clinton Portis was an absolute stud with the Broncos. Monster. He gets traded for dominant cornerback Champ Bailey. He goes to Washington, and he just falls off. Champ Bailey, the Broncos won that trade for sure. Champ Bailey, Hall of Famer. Clinton Portis, not so much. But guys just don't go to another team and be dominant there. It's just the historic facts of it.
What do you describe as dominant?
They don't really get back to where they were.
Leonard Fournette has been better as a Buccaneer than he was a Jaguar.
For 1 year, maybe.
No, he sucked as a Jag.
I think work done.
No.
Work done in Tampa when he left Atlanta.
Okay, that's fine.
Christian McCaffrey, I mean, he's played 2 games and they've been good.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Why is that the dumbest thing you've ever heard in your life?
Because you have a 2-game sample size. You have 2-game sample size on that.
I mean, that one blew my mind. I think you're right. I mean, it's
That's what
hard.
I'm saying. Maybe LaShawn McCoy had like a year or two with like the Bucks after that. Or I'm sorry, not with the Bucks, with the Bills.
That's just because the dominant running backs get re-signed.
Facts.
And that's fine. That's fine. But I'm saying like Miles Sanders isn't, a dominant running back, I guess, to all things considered anyways. But you're going to a new system, new everything.
Hey, can we put Jamal Williams in this category?
Kareem Hunt.
In Detroit? Kareem Hunt gone.
Kareem Hunt's a solid one.
What about Jamal Williams? Is he solid or not? I really don't know.
Yeah.
Eh.
I think if we sat here, I think if you had asked that question and I had some time to look at it, I could have come up with some solid names because we've already come up with solid names. Miles Sanders is not dominant by any means, but I think he can be. I would rather chance Miles Sanders, a proven running back in the NFL, to be serviceable outside of my first round pick next year, especially when he's getting a second round pick back.
I get it.
That's a good point, though. I mean, that's an interesting point that you bring up for sure.
Would you count James Conner as one for what he did last year?
James Conner sucks. No. He was majorly touchdown dependent. He scored 15 touchdowns.
Melvin Gordon?
Melvin Gordon?
No.
Todd Gurley?
With who?
When he left the Rams, went to the Falcons?
He was good.
He wasn't good with the Falcons.
He was.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
Melvin Gordon wasn't either with the Broncos. He wasn't like he was with the Chargers.
Dude, Todd Gurley put up a couple good years in Atlanta.
I don't think he did.
I'm convinced.
I think he put up okay. He put up okay his first year. Because I remember Wayne had him, and I was like, bro, Todd Gurley sucks. He's only relevant because he's scoring touchdowns. Wayne's like, that's part of fantasy football. But, bro, he's averaging like 3.5 yards a carry.
And he's getting touchdowns every single game.
And you traded him.
I traded him.
Off the back of my advice.
Oh. So, Goni, you would hold him.
I would hold him?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You told him what to do, and he did it.
Oh, stop that.
Yeah, Woodhall's your son, and I know Woodhall listens to these.
You guys are bad guys.
No, Woodhall don't make a move unless Goni approves it.
Man, hey, that's right.
Woodhall, hit me up, my boy. I'll say this. I'll say this right to your face, son. You're too scared to make a fantasy move unless Goni gives it the okay, gives it the old thumbs up.
Man. All right, last one. Significant row, 1620. 12-team PPR. Jonathan Taylor for Dalvin Cook in a 23-1.
Yep.
Taylor for Cook in a 1?
Yep.
Taylor for Cook in a 1.
Snap.
I'm not snapping it.
If I'm trying to win this year, absolutely.
What if you're
Dalvin
not?
Cook. I think Dalvin Cook is one of the best end-of-season running backs in the league right now. Second half guys.
What if you're not trying to win this year?
I'll still do it.
I'll probably still do it because I'm getting that first.
You love Dalvin Cook. Always have.
What not to love,
good.
man?
He's good.
What was the year that me and you we did the draft at Country Boy Brewing, and you had a pick either right before or right after me, and we went back and forth over Dalvin Cook. I just had Dalvin Cook the year before, and he sucked. And you were like, "You're stupid, dude. He's going to be great this year." I was like, "No, he screwed me last year. Piss on him." And then Dalvin Cook's been nothing short of phenomenal ever since then.
And then the next year, we were arguing about people. I think it was between Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen the next year. And I was like, yeah, man, you don't ever want to take two receivers from the same team, blah, blah, blah. And then it was my pick right after I said that. And I was like, I'm taking Adam Thielen. And Adam Thielen went off. He had a great year.
Doing a little DFS action, Wayne?
Let's do it.
What do you think? Let's see here. Boys, I'm starting it off as usual. I'm on a skid, a 2-game skid. I got marks in my draws. We're going to correct it this week.
I know you are, man. GG's.
Quarterback, give me Rodgers. 7,000 value. I want everybody against Detroit.
I was thinking of taking that as well. I pivoted so I could spend money elsewhere. I went Trevor Lawrence for 6,800 against Las Vegas, and Wayne's got the same thing.
Dude,
Bro,
this is absolutely unbelievable, dude.
Man, Wayne, get out of my brain.
Trevor Lawrence for 6,800 against the worst defense in the NFL.
Running back, give me Aaron Jones against the worst rushing defense in the NFL. 7,800, kind of expensive. Give me Travis Etienne for the same reason that Wayne is taking Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Aaron Jones, 7,800. And give me Raheem Mostert for 6,500 against Chicago.
Finally, we've pivoted off each other. This is subject to change. He's questionable. Give me Austin Eckler. I'm dropping a lot of money on this guy. Dropped a lot of money on running backs this week. Austin Eckler against the Falcons and Ramondre Stevenson against the Colts.
That's fair.
I feel like Bill Belichick's going to slow that game down with Ramondre.
Over or under 9.5 targets for Eckler this week?
I want to say over, dude. It's the Falcons.
Probably over. It's gross.
Taking the over as well.
Tyreek Hill, 8,700. Sorry for anybody who has Tyreek Hill on your fantasy roster. Me choosing him in DFS is the kiss of death. T. Higgins, 8,000 against Carolina. DJ Moore, 7,000. The value pick. Why is he 7,000 on here? Too cheap.
Man. Justin Jefferson for $9,000 against Washington. Man, 8 last week. 6 for 98. He didn't score a touchdown. I'm looking for a touchdown, hopefully 2 this week and 100 yards. My guy that I put the doink on this week, Josh Palmer, 6,200 against Atlanta. He's going to be the number one. Keenan Allen doesn't like to play football anymore. He's too old. His hamstrings can't do it. He's got Julio Jones hammies. And Romeo Doubs, 6,100 against the Lions. Love it.
Give me Tyler Boyd. I'm going to take the other receiver in Cincinnati for 6,900 against Carolina. Give me Goni. We put doinks on it. And we're standing by it. Give me DJ Moore against Cincinnati for 7,000. And then I'm taking your boy. He had a bad game last week. I'm looking for him to right the ship in a divisional matchup. Give me Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis.
What was his price?
6,600.
That's good value. That's really good value. At tight end, give me Robertus Tunyon, also known as the Goni special around these parts. In my flex, give me Drake London for 5,600. I'm ready to be hurt again.
He's back on the train.
Oh, he's doing it again.
He did it.
He's doing it. He's really doing it.
I'm ready to be hurt. Then Carolina's defense against Cincinnati, 3,300, just looking for a few sacks.
I went with Evan Ingram this week. I've been kind of riding him out. He's been getting a lot of targets lately. He's been solid for me. So Evan Ingram, 5,200 against Las Vegas. In the flex, Josh Jacobs, 8,800. Big money play here. He didn't have a good week last week. He only got 10 carries. Prior to that, anytime he got over 20 carries in a game, he scored no less than 27 points. So I'm looking for them to feed him early and often and cruise to victory. And then I always punt on the defense position. I just try and find the best value I can for something super cheap. I took the Dolphins against Chicago for 3,600.
Hey, time out really quick. Gerald Everett or Evan Ingram? I need help setting my lineup.
Gerald Everett.
Dwayne?
I'm leaning the Gerald Everett side myself.
Okay.
Actually, we're playing him in our Dynasty Warriors team, so you probably want to pivot to Ingram.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just for that
Talk
reason.
about the kiss of death.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wayne. Go ahead.
Oh, it's no problem, buddy. For my tight end, give me the Goni special.
Yes, sir.
Give me the Goni special. For my flex, I need Amon-Ra St. Brown for a nice 7,100.
Interesting. I like it.
I'm hoping that Jair just plays aside.
No Hawkinson.
No Hawkinson. Exactly.
I like it.
I needed a lot of value here, so I went Lions. Lions defense against Green Bay. Yep.
Get
That's
ready
what
for
happens.
0 or less.
Green
That's what
Bay.
happens
Look
when you
at
get to the bottom of your lineup and you have no money left. You're like, screw it, man.
Green Bay. The most they've scored all year is 27. Outside of that, they've scored 22, 21, 17, 14, 3. They aren't putting up a lot of numbers. So I'm just hoping that we can bend and not break.
Green Bay might not be putting up a lot of numbers, but the Lions are giving up a lot of numbers. I think they average about 32 points a game given up.
Yeah, that being said, when you look at last week, Miami is the 7th ranked offense, and Detroit got 3 fantasy points. I'm just looking for value here. I'm looking to not be negative.
I'm not knocking it.
Just needed the
I'm
value. I'm literally I'm picking this because I ran out of money. I ran out of money. I'm not playing it because I think the Lions are going to shut down the Packers by any means whatsoever. This is just I ran out of money. All right, give me your lineup, Bex.
Right now, Aaron Rodgers may not even play, so that could be an absolutely great selection, by the way, if it's Jordan Love. I've got Aaron Rodgers, 7,000. Aaron Jones, 7,800. ETN, 76. Tyreek Hill for 87. T. Higgins at 8,000. DJ Moore at 7. Bob Tunyon at 5. Drake London at 56. Panthers for 33.
My mediocre lineup of the week: Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Jones, Raheem Mostert, Justin Jefferson, Josh Palmer, Romeo Doubs, Evan Ingram, Josh Jacobs, and the Dolphins defense.
Your last place lineup of the week got Trevor Lawrence, Austin Eckler, Ramondre Stevenson, Tyler Boyd, DJ Moore, Gabe Davis, the Goni Special, Amon-Ra, and the Lions defense. Best of luck,
A lot
gentlemen.
of diversity. A lot of diversity this week.
I was getting nervous, man. Whenever he had Trevor Lawrence, I was like, great, another week where I'm going to have to it's going to go down to what flex we picked.
Yeah, I needed to hit last week. Dropping 160 and not scoring is just miserable.
Think about dropping 180 and not coming in first.
0.7 points.
So you my win
Gesicki-
differential, I got more points in our DFS standings than the win differential.
Dang,
It wasn't even Gesicki. It was Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon-
Gesicki scored a touchdown for me.
Brandon Cooks to Jacoby Myers. Yeah. I took
Wow.
a boy straight off your team.
It happens. Tip of the cap.
Tip of the cap, gentlemen. Tip of the cap
Look at
on
the
Begley's win this week.
Absolute sportsmanship. You love to see it.
Yep. Good
last
job. Good job riding the ship this week, Beggs.
I'm
GGs.
done to skid. It's just like my doinks, man.
After I heard your lineup, I might as well just delete it and take my -1.
I'm sliding. I'm on tilt. I'm on DFS tilt.
Nah, man. Greatest ever. The best lineup I've ever heard in my life. All right, Mad Mob. Reverse jinxing for MVP.